these are the first few days of the new regime of Ben Johnson, the new coaching staff, getting to, interact with all the players. And we got to see a lot of the players talk with the media. Caleb Williams in particular stepped up to the podium. And here's what the guys had to say about Ben Johnson's first address to the Bears players.
Being able to see him get up there, he said something that, he said, you never forget your first day as a head coach. And, he said it's a great day and, let's get this thing rolling. He jumped out there and, said a bunch of do's, said a bunch of don'ts, said a president of what we're going to be like as a team, finding our identity and all of that. So, we're excited. Obviously, we have to put in the work. Can't be too excited because the work hasn't been done. But, definitely excited for what's to come and, the future.
It was good. It was good. He was, a lot of, stuff he had to hit on, like, I don't know the right word for it. It's just like, don't park, parking spot type deals. Like stupid, but there's a couple of things he said I won't really mention, but he said some good things that you could tell he's made the right stuff, you know what I mean? So.
Can you guys tell when somebody gets up there and is nervous or is unprepared or whatever? And it being kind of the first time he's ever done that, how do you think he did?
I can't really tell. I mean, I don't know. I'm nervous every time I come up here, as you can tell.
First day is kind of overwhelming a little bit. You got to go through logistics. You got to go through security stuff, medical stuff. It's a whole lot of stuff to try to get in a small period of time. But, you know what I mean, more or less, it was just about mindset, mentality, and talking about what we need to do right now starting day one as as an organization.
People have talked about his intensity.
Right.
Can you feel that?
Yeah, you can feel it. You can feel it, man. Just like I said, the confidence level. Like you said, being a first-time head coach, being able to address a room, that's important because you feel that as players. You feel that as, just everybody in the room and, stepped up there with confidence. Guys was all ears, gave them the utmost respect. And that's what it's all about, you know what I mean? And you feel that as players. I felt that. And I'm like, okay, this guy the real deal. Like, we got the same type mindset. So that's the thing that you get most excited about. Even walking out that room, it's like, okay, I feel the energy. Now let's put the work in as players now.
Well, what a great first impression it sounds like Ben Johnson made with those guys. Love hearing Darnell Wright saying, the important thing is they're going through where to park, where not to park. All the logistics, I think, is some of the words he was looking for there. But, man, what a first impression it sounds like that he made on these guys and Ben Johnson stepping up that first day. First days are hard, Carmen, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. They are. And honestly, I love that the logistics were ironed out because all of that stuff, like knowing, just directly addressing the team, telling them this is what it's going to be. Those parking spots, I will tell you, the veterans get, preference, coaches get preference, all of that kind of stuff. And there are fights in the locker room based on if somebody parks in someone else's spot. I've seen it happen. So it's a really important day. And those are really important expectations to set. But all jokes aside, the expectations clearly have been set with what these guys have said about Ben Johnson. And yes, he's a first-time head coach, but I think the biggest thing and the thing that goes the longest way when it comes to these guys immediately respecting Ben Johnson being able to command the room is that he comes in with a really solid track record of being able to say, hey, this is what I've been able to accomplish. This is what we were able to accomplish as a team. This is what I've been through. You saw that with the Detroit Lions, especially under Dan Campbell, and then you saw what that offense was capable of. The Bears got to see it twice a year. So he's coming in with a familiarity, at least from the sense that the Bears are like, yeah, especially the defense. You hear Tremaine Edmonds being like, yeah, he's really intense and all that. I guarantee you Tremaine Edmonds knew that before he came in because of the fact that they had to game plan for the Lions offense. And Ben Johnson and he knows what Ben Johnson is capable of. So while he's still a first-time head coach, there was no reason for him to walk in there with anything but confidence, given the fact that he knows that this team knows what he's capable of. And I'm really glad to see that translate.
Yeah, I love hearing Tremaine Edmonds say he's the real deal. If you can feel that kind of right away, like that is a genuine feeling that, some people have that and some people don't. We know that. That's in any walk of life. But I like what you said, especially with Tremaine Edmonds. If you have the defensive guys fired up, that's already winning half the battle there if you're Ben Johnson. Tremaine Edmonds went on later to say that he could see across when they would play Ben Johnson on the other sidelines, like, this is a dude that doesn't just want to win. Like, he wants to run the score up on you. He wants to put up a lot of points. And that competitive drive, that intensity, like he talked about there, that's going to go a long ways. And I think that is contagious. So love hearing that. Obviously, first impressions are important. They're not the end-all, be-all, but I would much rather have a great first impression on my first day than everybody already checking out. So good job, Ben Johnson. You passed day one, day two. Good job. Let's keep it up.